y'all. I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Marla.
And we want you to mansplain baseball elsewhere. So today I have Boylan Bottling Company. I guess they're out of New York. Cream soda. So I really like glass bottle sodas. And I found these. And anyway.
They hit different.
They do. And I don't normally drink regular soda, but like every once in a while, like it's nice. So today's International Vlogging Day. I don't think any of us have like an official vlog, but basically Twitter / TikTok and Instagram stories, like that's really just vlogging and like short term.
Yeah, so, basically.
Go us. Yay. What do you have, Marla, with your short hair?
I've got a breeze on my neck, which is nice, and a very exciting drink. It's called hydrogen dioxide. Dihydrogen monoxide, actually. That's what it's called. Very hip, new, fashionable drink. It's keeping me hydrated for the night. And I'm toasting to my hairdresser for making me feel like $1 million because I was very, very scared to get my hair cut like this, and I did it anyway, and she rocked it. So shout out to her and all hairdressers who make us look good, even when we think that we won't be able to.
Yeah, for real. Because I didn't go to a hairdresser to dye my hair blue, and sister, they get their money for a reason. I should have, but anyways, it's fine.
You texted us, I believe it was Sunday, and you're like, my hair's green, but I'm vibing with it.
Yeah, like it's fine. It's definitely green, like hardcore, like seaweed green, but it's fine. It's blue now. I have sweet tea because I have cheer practice in like 2 hours, an hour and a half, something like that. Unless they cancel for the heat / storm. But I am toasting to Rafael for call because on this day in Braves history, 2003 is when he had his unassisted triple play. So I figured that was a good enough thing to toast to as any. I sure as heck haven't ever done that. So, and he was what I saw it today. It was like the 12th. I think he was the 12th person to do it. So look at you showing out.
There's not many did it, so he used to be one of my favorite players too. Who else kicks ass, Ashlyn?
Okay, so I kind of we have a theme for Kick-Ass Lady and another segment I will do later. They all kind of tie in together. But today our Kick-Ass Lady is actually like a kick butt little girl. Because she's 12, so we have to be careful. I know I saw Marla retweet the video of her, I think last night too.
Yeah.
But it's Ella Brunning. She is 12 years old. She is from Texas, and she is playing.
Not the Dodgers Batgirl, because I kind of thought that might be where we
No, it is not the Dodgers Batgirl. But she is a 12-year-old. She is playing for the Wiley All-Stars. I think that's how you say it. I'm not real. I mean, I don't know how else you would say it, but Texas says shit weird. She's playing for the Wiley All-Stars in the Little League World Series tournament. Or, well, it's not there yet, but it's the start of it. There, it's the West Texas State Tournament because they split theirs into two in 2007, which I also learned today. She's the only girl on her team, and she has been on the team for, this is her 3rd year, and she's always been the only girl. She's a catcher. She's known for pitch framing and blocking, but she can also hit. She was like highly praised by her coaches, her teammates, like other coaches for her game control and like, especially at her age. And the fact that she can always kind of keep her pitchers calm. Like she manages the game very well. That's what the words I'm looking for. Her team is currently in the Texas West State Tournament. They still have a couple of wins needed to make it to regionals. But if they do make it to regionals, they'll be the first team from that area to make it that far since they split back in 2007 into East and West. And she said she's very confident in her team's abilities to make it over the hump and get there this year. And she seems like she knows what she's doing. Also, so she's playing baseball. This is baseball, obviously. But later this month, she is going to Oklahoma City to play in the USA All-American Games as part of the regional softball team from Texas because she plays both sports. Along with, it said she played like basketball some and soccer some. So, like,
Well, I hope
no
she
big
stay
deal.
away from COVID because my city's team got kicked out of regionals because they had a positive test.
Yikes. Yeah, hopefully they can stay safe from the COVID and make it to regionals and then beyond. Because she's really good. And we love girls playing baseball.
Trying to think if there's been a girl in the World Series since Monet was like, God, what was that, like 8 years ago now or something?
More info on that later.
Alrighty.
So we don't have to think that hard. That's wonderful.
Thank God.
You know what I also don't want to think anymore about? And everyone trying to mansplain. Domestic violence is still. I think we talked about that this year, and I don't want to dwell on it. But the fact that I can say I don't ever want to see him in a Braves jersey again, and they're like, it's only misdemeanor domestic violence charges. I don't know why you're upset. Okay. Anyway,
you're right. My fault. You're right.
And I know he still has a big dick, but the fact that anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm allowed to have my opinion. And you don't need to come uninvited on it and tell me I'm wrong. Thank you.
Yeah. That could go for like so much. We just don't really care about your opinion, honestly.
So for the Nationals for picking, God, I always get the Starlings mixed up. But they
Castro, right? Yeah.
I don't want to say Marte or Castro because I was scared
Marte's in Oakland now. You know, a mansplainer we don't have to listen to anymore, on Twitter at least, is Aubrey Huff, because he got suspended yesterday.
I know, what a day.
God.
Yes.
Turned out maybe at least one good thing happened yesterday.
Yeah. So, and then I assume less Braves fans are going to be blocked by Ender Inciarte now that he's on the Reds, but Reds, yeah. I remember last time we recorded, we thought he was going to the Brewers, and then I don't know what happened with that, or like we were like, it's not confirmed, but we keep seeing it. And then I Googled last night to check, and nope, he's in the Reds organization. So I was like, okay.
It's a whole cluster.
Yeah.
And Shane Green season is over.
Yeah, the Braves DFA'd Shane Green today. Minter got called back up, so he's going to suck again soon, even though he's been killing it in Gwinnett.
Because that's how things work.
Yep, that's what our luck is.
Somebody was talking about the loop between the two, and like if you only go partially on the loop, so maybe they need to go in the whole thing. I don't know. But the thing that frustrates me the most, I think, is because all these guys stepped up so hard last year and like got us so far. And like this year, they're just like, well, I gave all I have to give.
I mean, Minter literally outpitched. Was it Kershaw in that game? I think it was Kershaw.
I think so.
Like, come on, bro. Throw some fucking strikes for me, please.
Just let him wear the striper uniform. Obviously, that's what's doing it for him. Let him go out there and
like, and I'm not saying this while y'all think I'm saying this, but Michael Jordan always wears college practice shorts under his game shorts for basketball. Just have AJ do that.
There you go.
There you go. A little hot, but like, he'll be fine.
I mean, what's 5 degrees in Atlanta? You're already dying. Just keep, more. Anyway, so I guess, and then we get TDA back tomorrow.
Supposedly, yes. He's catching for Anderson tonight, and then is going to be activated for tomorrow. And then hopefully we'll get Enoa back soon. And Eddie Rosario, who we got from the Guardians for Panda. He's rehabbing, should be back soon.
Sue us, roller derby team.
What was that?
He said, don't sue us, Cleveland Guardians roller
derby. Yeah.
Do it. I dare you. But yeah, we got Rosario for Panda, and then they DFA'd Panda like 2 hours later. So, don't know what that was about.
So I think we should bring Panda back as a bench coach or something.
Yeah,
never have too many bench coaches.
Let him hang out.
Coach.
Just like Yeah.
He
Pick a
could
new
be
team
our
leader or some shit.
yeah. That's what I was saying, like a morale coach or like a cheerleader. I don't know.
Yeah.
Make up a name, whatever. Doesn't matter.
The Crosscutters have the director of Smiles.
There you go. That's fucking Pablo Sandoval if I've ever heard of.
Hugs.
There
I
you
like
go.
it. In other news about the Braves, they did a pattern of lose win for 19 games.
God, it was that long.
Yes.
19 games. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that broke the record. At
in my head thinking it had been forever, but it had been literally forever.
Like almost a whole month. Crazy. But yeah, and it finally ended. I for sure thought that the streak was going to get ended by 2 losses in a row, and then they got 2 wins in a row. So I'm glad I was wrong. I've been wrong a lot lately, and I've been glad every single time. So that's good.
See, that's good. We're okay with that kind of wrong.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, what else happened at the deadline? There was madness. We got Adam Duvall. We traded him for Alex Jackson to the Marlins, and he has come back and killed it. And I'm so fucking excited. Love him. Please never leave again.
I believe I told you this, Marla, but if I was the Miami Marlins, I would simply fill my roster with ex-Braves.
Yeah.
You know, that seems to be the only way they succeed. So.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he hit like a homer his first game or something. That might not be right, but it's pretty close to that.
I think it was like his second game.
See?
But yeah, it was pretty soon.
He hit 2 of them now at least. Which,
yeah.
What did he do for us? Not that. And here
exactly.
he is.
We also
Change
got
scenery.
Soler from the Royals for right-handed pitcher Casey Kalick, who I don't even know who that was. So good. And he's been going off too. So that's exciting. And the Pirates got Bryce Wilson and Ricky DeVito, and we got Rich Rod in return. And I fucking love him. I loved him when he was up here in Pittsburgh, and I'm so excited now that he's in Atlanta because now I can like really cheer for him. So that's exciting. And so
the MLB Home Run Twitter account though has like one flaw in its algorithm. Like when they trade teams, it starts over their home run count. So
yeah, it should.
I never noticed that.
Because I was like, do Balls have more than 1 home run this year? And like, then I was like, oh, because he's on a new team.
That's bullshit.
You know,
confused.
Wow.
But sorry, yes, we have Rodriguez, which made me very happy when like he would actually go in and I didn't start having a heart attack.
Yeah, it's really cool, right?
It's not the best though when he goes in the 8th and then Will Smith comes out in the 9th and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Like
I could have gone to bed an inning ago if I knew he was coming in.
Yeah,
like,
we haven't had a change in closer, obviously.
We don't have a closer.
I know. We have a fake one. We have one that's costing a whole lot of money. I didn't realize how much fucking money we're paying Will Smith.
Poser.
It's a lot.
Paying Will Smith.
$39 million over 3 years.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Marla
That's what I said.
Could do a better job.
I was like 39. I don't know why. I don't know what I thought it was. But when I saw 39, I was like, fuck, that's more money than I thought.
And thing, Will Smith might be great in relief or something. I don't know if the pressure gets to him, what it is, but when you're a closer, your job is to literally come out there, get 3 outs or less, whatever.
And let's hop out in front. I don't give a fuck about saves, blown saves, blah, blah, whatever. Yeah, cool. I mean, like, it's fine or whatever. But if I can see him come out on the mound and know for a fact he's going to give up a run, like, for sure, at least one, that's not good enough.
No. We need to be
like 5. He has 23. Here, he's only blown 3 saves, and Melancon's blown 5. First of all, I don't give a fuck about Mark Melancon. So
yeah, talk about whether or not we won that game. I don't
Yeah.
care about the state.
Second of all, we lost. So that's what I care about. I don't care about a save any more than I care about a pitcher win or loss. I don't care.
Right. Like, it's just, he's so frustrating.
He's stressful. $39 million.
It pisses me off because as cheap as Liberty Media is,
Right?
bring a nickel and dime Ozzy and Ronnie, and they're probably going to be like, hopefully they're not too cheap for Freddie, but we all know they're going to start low.
Yeah. And think about, like, so they spent $39 on Will.
And wait, didn't they argue with Shane Green, who, yes, I know is DFA'd, but they argued with him over like $100,000?
It was like nothing. It was like nothing. He could have been signed back at spring training, had his whole spring training, whole season, and maybe he still would have sucked, but maybe he wouldn't have. We don't fucking know because we were arguing over $100,000. But
can you imagine them going to Freddie and be like, sorry, we can't give you this much because Will Smith is eating up too much of the payroll.
Right?
Fire Freddie, I would hit him over the head.
And then what? I don't even know how much we gave.
My entire career that Will Smith gives up in a game. Like, I mean, my God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Gross.
So, anything else good from the Braves?
They're winning again, and we have, what are we at? We did finally make it over 500.
Yes.
And we are still there. We're at 509.
Please.
And they're only 2 games back from the Phillies.
And the scheduling for the next couple of weeks is kind of nice to us. It's very mean to the Mets. Everybody knows this is when they're they're playing the Nats right now. But after they play the Nats, it's when they go play the Dodgers and then the Giants and the Dodgers and then the Giants or whatever that fucking shit is that they have to do. But then while they're doing that,
hated them. Somebody at MLB hated them.
Well, nobody expected the Giants to be good.
But did you see Steve Cohen? Like, someone was like, you're not being very funny today. He's like, I'm not in the mood to joke around.
Yes, I did see that. But while the Mets are, going and playing all those games, we have we have the Reds right now. But after the Reds, we have the Nats, the Marlins, and the Orioles.
And she's going to knock on wood right now.
Win some fucking games.
Who knows? The Orioles, will probably be that one series that they randomly pop up and are good for again, and then they'll go back to oblivion.
With our luck.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll probably get no hit by the Nationals or something, but I'm just saying, it looks nice. And while we're doing all that, the Phillies have the fucking Dodgers right now, so win those games, Dodgers, and then they play the Reds. And then it's the Diamondbacks or something. And then the Padres. So, if they could lose some games and the Mets could lose some games and we could win some games, it could be a fun couple.
First place, baby. Can you imagine if after all the shit we've been through and said this season, if the Braves win the fucking division this year again?
Yeah, but the NL East is kind of a joke now, which is
They're
sad.
so bad.
The year everyone was
I would be okay with winning a joke. That's fine.
That's true. I still want to win. Even if it is a joke, I still want to win.
Yeah.
But we're still the only team with a positive run differential, if I'm not mistaken. I know last time I looked it was that. It's been a couple days.
Yeah, in our division we are.
Yeah.
As of right now.
And it's huge. Getting a couple 21 games.
Yeah, it's 65.
Yeah.
Which is...
And as we just discussed, we always lose close games because we're giving them up in the ninth. So whatever. Anyway, Now that I'm angry, why don't you tell me about the Astros?
Lovely. Because this will actually make you even more angry. Because you know what the Astros did at the trade deadline? Fixed their fucking bullpen like they should have. So I'll go through those real quick and then we'll do games. They picked up Kendall Graveman and Rafael Montero from the Mariners for Abraham Toro and Joe Smith. Toro's been very helpful while Bregman's been out this whole time, but he can go, it's fine. We picked up Yumi Garcia from the Marlins for Brian De La Cruz, who is a minor league outfielder who didn't really have a spot with the big league club, so he was fine to go. And then some right-handed pitcher, Austin Pruitt. His name's Austin Pruitt. That's it. And then right before the deadline, the kind of little bit of a shocker that they did was they sent Miles Straw to the Guardians for Phil Matone and some minor league, single A catcher. I don't even know his first name. I'm very sorry, but his last name's Diaz. That was odd because Miles Straw has been the starting center fielder. So that was not that he's great or anything. It's just he had started the most games in that position this season. So everybody was kind of well, that's weird. But they needed closers and like relievers and bullpen help. So that's what they went after. And then they're like, we'll just fucking figure out center field as we figure out center field. And they have. But that's neither here nor there. They're still in first place in the AL West. However, the lead has shrunk to only 2 games above the A's. But they also, actually way more than us, they have a relatively easy schedule for the rest of the month. They only play the Rockies, Angels, Royals, Mariners, and Rangers for the rest of the month. Like, they play some of them twice, some of them 3 times, but like that's the only teams they played. They came back to Minute Maid Park on Thursday of last week after an 8-game road trip out west where they went 500, which was not horrible, but not great. They played the Twins for 4, where the Twins are awful, so we assumed they would at least split, like at the very least, but they lost 3 of 4. And that's like fine, you know, stuff's gonna happen. Bad stretches of baseball happen, but they got to clean it up because 2 games is not a lot given how much time is left. Thursday with the Twins was Framber Day. He gave up 4 runs in the 2nd inning, and that was kind of what set the tone. He went 6.2, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. Like I said, he did have 7 Ks, but it didn't really fucking matter. He didn't allow any homers, which was a positive. And on the flip side of that, in that game, the Astros only scored from home runs because, I don't know, they just wanted to be like the Braves for a day or something. I'm not sure. So they lost that game 5-3. Friday was Grinky Day. They had to go to the 11th to win. Josh Donaldson got the game-winning RBI. And then we go to the bottom of the 11th, and Chad strikes out. Jones grounds out. Castro does reach on an error, and then Jose Altuve tries to bunt, but he doesn't beat it out, gets thrown out at first. Blah, 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 blah. They lost that game. Saturday was Luis Garcia. He went 6 innings. Did really, really well. Jordan hit his 22nd home run in that game. Final score was 3-0. Then Sunday, Lance McCullers pitched. Of course, you can't lose a game that Lance McCullers pitches because he's so great. That's bullshit. He only went 4.2. He had 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks. He had 89 pitches in those 4 2/3 innings. Matone, one of those guys we traded for, this is kind of a downer. He gave up a 3-run home run in the 6th, and then was like promptly pulled. The final score of that game was 7-5. And in that game, Michael Brantley and Rafael Montero, which is another one of the guys we traded for, left the game with injuries. They were supposed to be evaluated today. I looked earlier and I hadn't seen anything like that they were going to be on the IL or anything. So I guess they're fine. And like they were off yesterday, so just took the day to kind of relax. I don't know. Seemed fine, I guess. Bregman was thought to be coming back today. Dusty said, no, he's not coming back. He's going to take a couple days off and go get some treatment because he's just not ready yet. And that's where the Astros are for the last week and some change.
Nice. Well, the Tigers have the AL Rookie of the Month for July, Eric Haas. And he's the first AL Rookie of the Month for the Tigers since 2010. I guess they had one win AL Rookie of the Year, but he never actually won it for the month. So good job, Eric Haas. If you're in perhaps a home run derby, it would be a good name to pick for like a winner, except I don't want to jinx him ever. He came in like he's technically a catcher, but he also plays outfield and then he DHs some. So he's really good. So we beat Twins. Like, we split a series with the Twins. Then we split a 4-game series with the Orioles. And then, of course, we take the series from Boston.
That was exciting. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yankees fans were very happy. But we lost the series to the Indians. So it's like, what are we doing? I don't understand. It's like the Astros losing to the Twins. Like... That team's not supposed to be good. Why are we beating the Red Sox and then losing to Cleveland? But we've been 500 for the last 10 games, which is us. We're still in third. Unless something crazy happens, we'll probably stay in third. I think the White Sox are something ridiculous, like 12 games ahead of everyone.
Yeah, the White Sox are like not fair at the moment.
And so yeah, they're 10.5 ahead of Cleveland, who is 3 ahead of us. Like 3, yeah, in addition. So whatever, we'll probably stay third. But hey, as long as we get more than 60 wins, which we're close to, I'll be very happy because everyone thought we wouldn't even get that all year. So suck it, haters.
There you go.
Love that.
Oh, I just saw on Twitter that Vladdy Jr. got like some Kobe and Gianna cleats to wear.
I did see those too.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess
I didn't see that.
they're going to Southern
Oh no. Yeah, they're playing the Angels today in a doubleheader actually that starts at 6 p.m.
Jesus.
Um,
PM West Coast time?
no, our time.
Because you could just wake up early and watch the
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, yeah, we got the Angels back to back today. I mean, I say I'm not going to be up for the whole thing, but Lord knows my dumbass probably will be. And then tomorrow night starts at 9:30, and then the fourth game also starts Thursday 9:30. So yeah, exciting stuff. But Vladdy's been doing really well. Springer won the AL Player of the Week back-to-back weeks because he has been going off, and I am absolutely here for it. I love it. He has been so much fun since coming back from his injury and everything. Like, had a slow start, but he's fucking killing it. And as far as the moves they made at the trade deadline, got Brad Hand from the Nats for catcher Riley Adams. Got Jose Barrios from the Twins for a shortstop, Austin Martin, and a pitcher, Simon Richardson. Chatwood was DFA'd, thank God. And Alec Manoah was activated a week ago. He's been good.
We made one trade, and it was one of our relievers for actually one of the Braves Twitter, Stephanie, her little cousin, who started at high A as a pitcher.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
That was the one trade the Tigers made.
That's something.
Hey.
Anyway,
but yeah, when Chatwood was DFA'd, I was like, awesome, Stripling next, please. And then ever since I said that, he's been like dominating. So another case of
slander works.
It does. Same with Dansby, y'all.
Exactly.
I will continue to do it if it's working.
If someone deposits in our Venmo and tells us who to slander, we'll slander them next.
Yeah.
Up and down the timeline.
Unless it's Philadelphia Philly, and then fuck it, that has to wait till the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryu did really well in his game last week, but yesterday, I think it was, he was out by the fourth inning. It was not good. No, it wasn't yesterday. The day off of yesterday. What's today? Sunday. he got to like the fourth inning. I think he got one out in the fourth inning and then had to be taken out. So that wasn't great, but they came back and had a hell of a comeback game against the Red Sox. Actually took 3 of 4 against the Red Sox series. So I did not see that coming. I was like, so last week, the Indians series was a 4-game series, took 3 of those. And then the Red Sox series took 3 of those. The first game against the Red Sox, they won 12-4. Then it was 1-0. And then they lost 2-1. And then Sunday, the comeback, Springer hit a 3-run home run, I think, in the bottom of the 8th. And they won the game 9-8. And then this week, we start 4-game series against the Angels and then the Mariners. So West Coast, it's tough on my sleep schedule, but
yeah,
fuel for the culture, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, they're 3 games back for the second wild card slot.
Mm-hmm.
They're right under the Yankees. I think the Yankees are 2 games back. So I know I was all negative Nancy last time we recorded.
So the A's have had 15 players on the COVID IL since the All-Star break.
Yikes.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and most, like, well, I don't want to say most. I don't know the number, but I feel like a lot of them that I'm seeing are like, oh, yeah, he's unvaccinated. He's unvaccinated.
Well, and then the club chose the Johnson & Johnson vaccine anyway, which has the lowest efficacy rate. So perhaps if I was paying people millions of dollars to be healthy, I would give them the best shot, pun intended. But whatevs.
Like, it was nice having, because that's what I got too. It's nice being one and done, but I also like work from home. So,
yeah.
He prominently like anti-vax, apparently. People were like, oh, it's because he survived cancer, and like everything he says, it's not because he survived cancer. Like, I guess if you don't want the vaccine, like that's on you, boo. But
wouldn't that make you want to listen to doctors and science more if you survived cancer?
If 14 people ahead of me in the clubhouse got COVID, I might think about perhaps trying to prevent it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
What do I know? Nothing.
Lord.
So, before we get to the players, apparently Manfred and Barstool are in discussions for some thingy thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opinions online.
Yeah, shockingly.
And that's all I'll say about that.
I think that's all we need to say.
Yeah.
Also, I will say, if it happens, or whoever takes those games, because if it's not them, it'll be like YouTube or Peacock or somebody's got to buy those games. It's midweek games at least.
The first step is you stop fucking blackout restrictions.
Yeah, I mean, we could just do a pod on that, actually. So, yeah.
I feel like advertiser money might be stronger if, like, they were like, oh, you're not going to be blocked out in half the country.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much that would grow the game in 1 year if everyone could actually watch the team that they wanted to watch?
Yep.
It's crazy.
And there's some like get blacked out for like multiple teams. Like for me, it's Nats and the Orioles. For a lot of people in the Charlotte area, it's Nats, Orioles, and maybe Reds too.
I was gonna say I saw somebody comment saying they live in Asheville and they were blacked out for the Reds, which seems weird. Like that's fucking, but whatever.
Isn't there a spot in like Iowa or somewhere
that's
blacked
like
out from like 6 teams?
Yeah, I don't know where it is, but I've seen that same like tweet. It's like Iowa or fucking Nebraska, or I don't fucking know, somewhere.
Yeah. It was Indiana, which I love that he included a picture just in case you don't know where Indiana is.
A lot of people probably don't.
From the Mets games.
Yeah, like
Mets Nation, baby.
We're not even blacked out from the Mets games. All of Canada's blacked out from the Blue Jays. Canada's a big fucking country, you guys. Like, I don't know if people know that.
The payment there, and I know there's all these like agreements and TV things and whatever. But if you're making like $150 a year off of like every Blue Jay fan that wants to watch it that doesn't have cable, like that's bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, follow us for more ideas, Rob Manfred.
Yeah, big idea.
So 14-team playoff?
No.
It's insanity.
No.
Anyway, so the Nats sold basically their entire club before the trade deadline.
Yes.
I'm surprised their back girls were allowed to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Schwarzer and Turner went to LA because they're trying to buy another ring. Not a Mickey Mouse one. Ray at me, I don't care. So the Red Sox, and there's like this big article about like his college roommate or something is also in the organization. I don't know. Anyway, John Lester went to the Cards. We've already seen him. So
yeah. He kind of sucked, but anyways.
Yeah, and Josh Harrison to the A's. Then there were other people that went. I mean, like I literally couldn't list them all. They were just all going everywhere.
It was a crazy fun trade deadline.
There was
a lot
best
happening.
one. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's other ones that at the time I was like, this is the best trade deadline ever. but I feel like that was the best trade deadline ever.
Yeah, like what 2 years ago, whatever it was now, when like Chris Archer was traded at like 401, or like it came out at like 401.
Yes.
Like that was so crazy. We had such good time on Twitter, and now this year is just like 10 times better.
Yeah.
The Nats sold their club. The Cubs broke up theirs, and then I guess their before game intro video no longer says like Cub together because they had to cut most of the footage, I guess, from that 2016 team because they're
gone.
So obviously Rizzo to the Yankees. He was joined by Joey Gallo from the Rangers. Which apparently the Italians in New York are like mega in love with.
Ruling.
Yes.
Chris Bryant went to the Giants. Kimbrel, I think this one stung, went across town, and then it was like only like the third time in history the White Sox had swept the Cubs, like in a, I don't think they call it a Subway Series, but whatever they call their little.
Yeah, I can't think of it, but it does have a name.
Like, I feel
He
like
pulled the pool holes.
And then I remember the White Sox used to suck really, really bad for a long time. So, and Javi Baez went to the Mets to be sad the last half of the year season. So,
yeah, and he's already been like almost hurt, I think twice.
I mean, I'd get hurt too.
So
the Mets
that's
effect.
what you get.
Yeah. What do y'all think was the most surprising trade, or just like all of it?
I was surprised at the trade that didn't happen, which was Trevor Story staying with the Rockies. I don't know what the fuck the Rockies were doing.
He apparently was also not happy about it.
Yeah, he was also confused. So
did you I would say I know it's stupid, but #ad the John Boy Media website, they have a merch shirt like that says his quote, like, I'm not really sure what's going on, but I don't like it, or whatever it was he said. And I was like, I want to buy that. I mean, for what? I don't know, but I do.
That's how I feel a lot of the time in life.
Exactly.
So.
Like, it fits my life in general. So that's fine. Mine was Kimbrel to the White Sox because I didn't, like, they weren't on my radar for him because their bullpen wasn't bad to begin with. Like, I mean, I guess you can always get better.
Killing it.
Yeah, like, you can always get better, but they weren't bad. So I did not expect him to go there at all.
Yeah. I was surprised the Braves actually did shit, honestly.
I was worried there for a hot second.
I was prepared to be really pissed off, but I knew, like, from years past, you had those that trickle in right after 4. So I was like, wait. But if we wouldn't have gotten Rich Rod, I was prepared to be pissed. Like, I was prepared to be fucking pissed. Because
getting fallback was my happiest one, which is just emotional wise.
Right.
I was so happy that he's been back. Like, and I know in the beginning of the year, I was like, yeah, we didn't really miss him that much. He kind of just plugged a hole. And now I'm like, but we have so many holes. We need them back.
Yeah. We need our holes filled.
By the way, for the record, I don't know which one of these is right, but
episode, we need our holes filled.
Right?
Nobody clipped that.
The Cubs-White Sox rivalry has like 10 nicknames for the record. I Googled it because I thought like it would show up like the Subway Series real quick, but it didn't. It's the Crosstown Classic, the Windy City Showdown, the Chicago Showdown, the North-South Showdown, Crosstown Showdown. So you just pick.
Oh, they're trying too hard.
Yeah, you just pick. Whatever.
I think the second one you said, like classic something or other. I think that's the one I've heard.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Anyway, so whatever. There's that. For whatever that's worth.
So, yeah. Speaking of whatever, do you have random rules, facts?
I do have a random rule fact. Actually, I'm going to have 2 now because Marla, I learned this today, but it wasn't my actual fact. But Maddie, and I hope I'm not messing up her last name. I'm just not really sure how to say it. It's Freking. Freaking?
Fracking, maybe?
I'm not. Anyways,
Freaking?
She was the last girl to play in the Little League World Series in 2019, and she was the first one since, hello, who were we just talking about?
Monet.
Yes, Monet in, what was that, 2000, I don't know, years ago, whatever.
Yeah, it was about eight 8, 9 years ago now.
Yeah, I would say I think
she's like a whole ass adult now.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, when Maddie played in 2019, I think that article I read said 5 years before, so math, whatever that is, 2014 or something.
Yeah.
So that's one fun fact. The second one is we are just staying with the girls playing baseball theme, and in 1950, there was a 13-year-old girl who disguised herself as a boy so she could play in her local little league team. Her name was Catherine Johnston Masser, but she disguised herself as a boy and she went by the name Tubby from a comic that I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. And she tried out for the team, made the team. A year or so later, they put Little League put in the rule they called the Tubby rule after her. How sweet, that explicitly stated girls could not play baseball under any circumstances. Like, that was the actual, like, I don't know, quote. That's not really the word I'm looking for, but whatever. But the way it read in the rule book was girls cannot play baseball, comma, under any circumstances.
And then World War II happened?
So then that was 1950. That rule stayed in place for almost 25 years. In 1972, a little girl named Maria Pepe wanted to try out for her local little league team, the Hoboken Young Democrats. Great team name. And the coaches were like, if you can play, you can play. Like, we don't give a shit. We're not going to worry about, telling the little league people. It's fine. We don't care. Well, she tried out. She made first cut, made second cut, made the team, played a couple of games. And then the little league office found out. And they called.
Somebody snitched on her.
Somebody snitched.
Make the team.
Some boy got his feelings hurt.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. They called Hoboken and were like, hey, you can either kick her off your team or you're going to lose your charter. And like I said, the coaches were very supportive of her playing, but if it was there was like some quote that he was like, we really wanted her to play, but if it was her or no baseball, then we chose, baseball for the boys that were already in this system or whatever. And that is when Maria's court battle with the Little League organization began. The National Organization for Women filed a gender discrimination lawsuit on her behalf. And for the next 2 years, she was in court fighting the Little League organization. She had to sit there and listen to experts. I'm going to use air quotes in case you can't see me. That were brought in by Little League to explain why she couldn't play. Reasons provided were that female bones were simply too fragile. They could not carry the weight or handle twisting before being crushed, and they could bend less before snapping. Male muscles simply react faster than women. So this was very important in batting because men could get out of the way of a ball and women couldn't. And if she got hit in the face, no one would want to marry her.
What the fuck? It got so much worse as it went.
It could be ugly.
So much worse as it went on. But so that went on for 2 years, and she's
how far have you ever been that you fucking snapped a bone?
Yeah, she was 11, by the way, when this started. So she was 11 and very quickly turned 12, but it doesn't matter. 11, 12 when all this happened. So she's like going and sitting in court, and her parents are, in some articles talking about
like they should be.
She was a very strong girl and like a very strong kid, and she wanted this to happen. Like, she was like wanted to go and do this, but also she was an 11-year-old girl, and like it's hard to sit there and hear them like all these reasons why you can't play the game that you just want to play.
Talk about how you are.
There's a quote from her, I think it was to her dad, one of her parents for sure, where she was like, if they would just like, maybe the judge will just let me play and like he can watch and he can see that I can play and then he'll let me play.
Don't make sense, little girl.
That's adorable, but no, that's not how it worked. But the judge did rule in her favor in 1974. So like I said, 2 completely years later, that rule was officially removed from the rule books. And the judge in his little Marla, whatever these things are called, after he said, I agree with you, there we go, that, said that Little League is as American as hot dogs and apple pies, and that was a part of America that should not be withheld from girls.
You know what should be withheld? Guy Fieri putting fucking hot dog in an apple pie.
God damn it! Why'd you remind me of that?
What this is about?
After all this time, and when the ruling was actually made, Maria had aged out and could not play.
Yeah.
However, because of her battle, over 100,000 girls participate in youth baseball today, and as of 2014, 19 had made it all the way to the Little League World Series.
Well, thanks, Maria.
I wonder what she's doing now.
I know. I wonder.
Probably kicking ass and taking names.
Probably.
Still making the boys cry.
For sure.
Love it.
Yes, I do love it. And if you want to hear more boys cry, everyone can follow us on social media at Braves Ashley, Braves Emily, and Braves Marla.
Happens a lot.
Yes, and those are also our Venmos. I mean, I'm just saying in case you want to slander someone for you.
Exactly. Can be arranged.
Yes. And what else? Oh, we have our YouTube channel and we have our Patreon. I'm very bad at this.
Yeah, patreon.com/mansplainbb podcast. And I mean, if you go to our social, Mansplain BB Pod on Twitter, there's a link to our link tree that has all of our links to like the merch and the YouTube channel and all of the fun things. So, and this show will be coming out tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and someday we'll get on a regular schedule. But you know, we're just a happy surprise for you guys right now, so you're welcome for that. But yeah, check us out on the podcast apps and YouTube.
Yay! And we will see you next Tuesday, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.